What's up, Mortgage Coach community? Today is all about being super nice with the founder of the Super Nice Club, Todd Brilliant. What's up, dude?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, by the way, because the way Zoom works, it shows my voice. So when you were making all those wacky things, they didn't see it. So talk and be weird, please.
Okay. Hey, Dave.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody saw the same thing I did.
Thanks for having me on, Dave. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you, brother. So guys, if you don't know who this guy is, he's a longtime personal friend. I mean, I think we're going on like a decade of friendship, maybe a little over that actually. And then he was the VP of marketing for Mortgage Coach once upon a time, and then Jeremy Forcier stole him away from me. And he was the VP of marketing with Jeremy. And so he knows the mortgage space, he knows loan officers, but guys, he is the founder of the Super Nice Club. So dude, I'm a big fan. Jeremy is a massive supporter of this club. I don't think anybody has bought more hats, more shirts, and spread the word more than Jeremy Forcier. Is that fair to say?
I think it's absolutely fair to say Jeremy is a big supporter. In fact, he is a partner of the Super Nice Club, official.
Nice. Yeah. It is a club. When you just say Super Nice Club, it makes you happier. I mean, just when you see the stickers, when you see the hat, you're just like, oh, that's cool. So why don't we I just want to do a quick hit. I want to remind people in this crazy world, because guys, inventory is low. I didn't need to tell you that. It's never been harder to get your offer accepted, whether you're an agent or whether you're a mortgage professional, and refis have almost gone away. So it's also a world where we went from killing it, raining loans, everything was easy except for COVID, to it's just tougher. So I think we need a reminder. We got to be super nice. So Todd, why did you start this club, and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I started the club because it was kind of a spur of the moment thing, Dave, to be honest. And I won't get into the whole backstory, but prior to and alongside my work in the mortgage industry, and you might remember when I worked with you at Mortgage Coach, I've done a lot of nonprofit work, right? And so when I exited the nonprofit world to just go back to pure for-profit corporate world to support the family, I felt a little bit of a hole. I felt a little bit like I'm not giving in that area of my life. And so I thought, what's kind of a fun way, a hobby way to do that? And that's sort of where the Super Nice Club came from. And then over the past couple of years, it's gone from hobby to, oh my gosh, people love this. I've sold thousands of hats and shirts, although selling stuff wasn't the original goal, but people like to be part of an affiliate with a club. And as I like to say, we have nearly 8 billion members. They just need to be reminded. I believe that people are natively pretty darn nice, but a lot of the pressures of living can reduce that in us at times. And all of us can be, I'll raise my hand first to being able to be a pretty big jerk, So it's also a little bit of self-help.
I cannot imagine you being a big jerk, but I'll take your word for it. And I'm sure it happened, but it doesn't happen a lot, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's kind of where it started from. And it's just been going and going. And this idea of our goal of making the world 10% nicer by every means necessary is something that has resonated a lot with folks. 10% may not sound like much, it may sound a little bit cheeky or like a low bar, but really it is. It's something, if you just have, if you just tell yourself, I'm going to be a little bit nicer each day, and embrace the things, it's cumulatively over time, you look back and go, wow, 10% is way back behind me. It's kind of like when you go to the gym and you're just looking to, cut 5 pounds or get a little bit more fit, and then after you've been in the gym for a year, you're like, can't believe what I did.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I know personally, when I put the shirt on, it changes the attitude for the day. And then it also reminds me, I can't be wearing this shirt that says Super Nice Club on it and then not be 10% nicer. I feel like I'm a pretty nice dude, but I'm nicer when I represent, and I got the stickers on a number of things. So I think I have a sticker on this. Look at that, guys. Sticker.
Oh, right, represent there.
Super Nice Club representing. So let's do this. I position this as I push this into the Mortgage Coach Facebook group is, let's turn being super nice into a superpower. And I talk a lot, like, you're a local referral-based realtor or mortgage professional, like your number one competitive advantage, it's your vibe, it's your energy. And I mean, tech is important, but let's face it, the vibe you put out attracts people. It brings out the best in people. It brings out the worst in people. Or you know what? You're zero. You're invisible. And so let's talk about turning super nice into a superpower that helps us level up our vibe throughout the day. If you're a local referral-based professional, what are some things that you just see people that have great vibe, great super nice club vibe and energy? What kind of things are they doing?
Yeah, it's a great question because it is a very individual thing. Like, what does nice even mean to someone, right? Does it mean nice actions? Does it mean a nice attitude? Or does it mean, and I think this is super valid, just starting with yourself, like treating yourself well, not beating yourself up over the time. Maybe you missed a goal. Maybe you blew a diet or whatever it is. It's a lot of us, myself included.
Or you procrastinated at something.
Yeah, we beat ourselves up
something
for failure. So I think one thing to start with is, if you're going to beat yourself up for stuff, that's probably how you're wired. Too bad. But don't forget to pat yourself on the back when you do well. Don't forget to stop and say, hey, I did a great thing today. Because it's not bragging. It's not bragging. It's not ego to motivate yourself with a little bit of self-reward. Other things are just small things throughout the day. One thing that I don't know why I started doing this, but like if I go to Safeway, if I go to the store, Fred Meyer, right? Portland. These I think that these checkers work hard, right? And they're exposed to COVID all the time. And when you go to a coffee shop, you and I both love coffee shops, you tip a buck or two when you get stuff. You don't tip the people at the checkout stand. And I know it would be weird to, but what I've started doing is let's say there's like a little 50-cent chocolate square or something right at the counter. There's always some cheap like mint or something. I buy a couple and then I give them to the bagger and the cashier, and they're always blown away. Like, what? I'm like, yeah. And now, does that make me feel good? Yeah. So is it really altruistic? No. Because a lot of the times that we do something nice, it also makes us feel good. But I think that's okay because you carry that extra, like, I did something good, and it reinforces the desire to do more good. That feeling that you get.
So I do want to call it a best practice there. Anybody that's listened to it, it doesn't mean pull out some candy out of your pocket and give it to them.
No, it does not mean that.
You gotta buy the candy that they saw you buy and go, hey, I bought this for you guys. So I just want to make sure everybody got that, because there might be some do-it-yourself or cheap people that are like, oh, I'm going to start bringing candy.
I'll just bring some M&Ms in my pocket and put them on the tray wherever I go. And that might be not for everybody. It is a little bit weird. I'll say sometimes the cashier's like, really? Like, they can't believe it. But there are little things, little social graces, saying thanks to people, looking people in the eye. That's one. When you go through your day and you order food, you look the person in the eye. It makes a difference. They feel recognized. I have been on the other side. I've worked so many fast food, just, minimum wage jobs when I was growing up and through college. Like, it made a difference when people saw me as a fellow human versus just kind of staring at their wallet and their phone through the whole transaction.
Yeah. And I think that saying thank you with eye contact, I know I went to get some tacos for lunch and I was busy and I was on the phone as I walked in. I put it on pause. I, made my order, but I had earbuds in. And it was like at some point in the conversation, I realized I'm being that guy. Like, I'm not present, and I could at least say thank you with presence. So I made sure when I came back in, got off the phone, put my AirPods out, and hey, sorry for being that guy. And thank you. Really appreciate you, man. Have a great day. And by the way, it made me feel good, because I was both kind of like the guy on the phone making an order, which if my wife hears this, I'll be in trouble tonight. Don't ever be that guy. And I'm never supposed to be that guy, but I was at this moment. But just, guys, say thank you to people, give eye contact. What are some other easy ones? Like, I think the candy one, that's a Todd brilliant move. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that.
Something that resonates
I can see Jeremy doing that, and I might try it. But like, give us just the list, the 10 easiest things to do that will remind us to be super nice. And guys, if you do what he's going to tell you right now, you're going to feel better. You're going to elevate your energy. You're going to elevate your vibe. And if just doing it for other people's not enough, you're going to get better lead conversion because you're going to be killing it. So
yeah, that's a good point.
So
you're putting me on the spot to list a bunch of things, Dave, and that's okay. I don't mind. I would reiterate what I said earlier, which is start with the self. All right. Start with yourself. When you wake up in the morning, my friend, your friend, BJ Fogg has a thing he does when he first gets out of the morning.
Tiny habits.
It's called his Hawaii habit. As soon as he puts his feet down out of bed, he says, it's going to be a great day. That's the first thing he does. And his what does he call them? The trigger, whatever, the anchor.
It's Tiny Habits.
Yeah.
Guys, by the way, unbelievable book. Stanford professor of influence. So, I mean, he is probably the smartest, most well-known influencer using technology to persuade people to do things. So the guy has at Stanford studied this stuff and he came up with a book called Tiny Habits. So whatever Todd is saying.
So Tiny Habits is a great book. BJ Fogg is a really smart guy. Another Sonoma County guy at one point, as were Dave and I. You put your feet on the ground, that triggers you to remember this is going to be a great day. So that's one thing. Just get up with a positive attitude. Getting up in the morning, the older we get, sometimes our back hurts, our hamstrings are really tight, and it's just like, ugh. I don't know if there you are. And so instead of just that, it's hard to get out of the morning, it's going to be a great day. And then from there, treat yourself well. That's the main thing. I mean, be good to yourself, be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Look at other people as humans, right? I think that right now in the United States, and guys, this is apolitical. I'm wildly apolitical when it comes down to it. Compassion and empathy are in really short supply, right? We're really divided along this hard political line, which is goofy because most of us have families that are both, and we love our families, right? So just as hard as it may be, try to put yourself in the position of somebody else. Try to think, well, what if I grew up how they grew up? How would I think as a result? And you'll find yourself being less judgmental. Even of people that you may disagree with a lot politically, you have to remember that you both want the same thing, which is a beautiful world, right? So try to remember not to just hate the other on the other side. It's hard to do. It's hard for me to do when I see things that aggravate me. But people are not bad people because they voted in a way that you didn't. That's ridiculous. So that's a huge thing. Another big thing to do that I think will resonate with you guys listening is put at least 10% of your money into marketing yourselves, you guys. Things have slowed down a lot right now. You should be recording loan process videos, real cheap things you can send out. You should be doing a mortgage coach with every single loan that you're doing. You've got a window right now where all of your competitors pretty soon are going to start freaking out and they're going to start investing in a lot of marketing, sort of, retroactively. Be proactive. That would be a really super nice thing you can do for your business right now, is do some smart marketing.
So guys, here's what we're going to do. One, I want what you think are some super nice things to do. I did think Todd made a really good point. Giving a family a total cost analysis is super nice. Giving a family a fee worksheet, that's not so super nice, guys. That's not in their best interest, and it's not giving them everything you can. So Todd, I also want to call out something you did for me that was super nice. There's this new book that I'm reading, and I'm doing audiobook. So check it out, guys. It's Hook Point, and the subtitle is How to Stand Out in a 3-Second World. Guys, being super nice is one way to stand out in a 3-second world. But I dig this book, and I was listening to it, and I was thinking, you know what? Who else? Who are some of my friends that would get a lot of value and they'd actually take action on it? And so I literally don't think I shared it with more than 6 people. It might have been 8, but I just, you know what? I'm going to share. This is a book you've got to read with like 6 to 8 people, which I was just being super nice. Like, I'm digging it. Let's share the love. And then Todd texts me back. That dude's my friend. I'm like, really? And he's like, no, I know him well. I go, so I'm doing this big event called the Modern Real Estate Summit. Check it out. Link down below, modernrealestatesummit.com. But Todd's like, I know him really well, and I'll introduce you. He introduced me because I was super nice. He was super nice. Literally, this guy's, he's a legend. I mean, it's creating attention in 3 seconds or less. I mean, he's worked with some of the biggest stars on planet Earth, Taylor Swift, and the list goes on. So I get him on the call, and then what's he do? He was super nice to me. He agreed to create some content. So he's going to be on this show, and it all happened because everybody is being super nice. So Todd, first of all, thank you for that, brother.
Yeah, and let me jump on that real quick with two things. One, I wasn't here to plug Mortgage Coach. I've worked for years in the marketing space with thousands of loan officers around the country, and I super do believe that you guys just make the videos, do the Mortgage Coach total cost analysis. I've seen it be the difference so many times. And Jeremy Forcier is a dear friend of mine, and what he does, his process is eminently replicable, right? So, and it just makes me crazy when people don't follow like a very simple process that would make not only you make more money, but your quality of life goes up because you have a smooth process that you don't have to think about all the time. You're not going crazy. Anyway, Brendan Kane, introducing you. That's another thing that everybody can do is, and it's so fun to do, look for connections for people. Maybe they're customers, maybe they're homeowners, and you hear that they're into building model trains. I don't know. And then this guy from high school that was hugely into it. Connect people. They're so grateful when you connect them. And it's really fun to see what happens when you connect people. And there's often something that comes out of it for you as well. So just kind of make a new success habit out of listening to what people are up to, what they're into, what they're doing. And pretty soon, once you start just kind of making that list in your mind, you will see connections between like every fourth person. It's so natural once you make it a habit.
Love that. And so let's close out with, I think listening to this, paying attention to this, reminding yourself is great, but I think representing, getting the shirt, getting the stickers, getting the hat. How can people get Super Nice? How can they be in the club?
Well, I have a soft spot for loan officers because I think that they, the good ones, and those are the ones that are going to be listening on Mortgage Coach because they're willing to invest in themselves. They really are trying to make the world a nicer place for homeowners and not such a scary place, the home buying process, because it's such a big decision for people. So I respect that. I appreciate it. And, if you're an LO listening to this, contact me, reach out on Instagram or Facebook. And I'll send anybody that does, if you want some free stickers, I'll send you some free stickers. It might take me a little while because I'll be traveling a lot in the next couple of weeks, but free sticker swag. We do have shirts and hats. Inventory, like housing, is getting really low because Dave, I'm about ready to pivot the whole brand in a really big way. So I'm kind of selling out of everything for a little while. Got a lot of hats left. But the sizes on a lot of the other stuff is getting pretty low, which I got to admit makes me happy that stuff sells out, but it's a double-edged sword, right?
Well, you're killing it. I mean, you've built a great audience, and so I mean, it makes sense, and I can't wait to see the next iteration of clothes. But what is it? superniceclub.com?
Yeah, superniceclub.com, at superniceclub on all of the platforms. You'll see it probably on Clubhouse, but I'm not really on there, guys. So apologies if you message me on Clubhouse, I don't get back to you because it's taking up a lot of my time.
Yeah, well, guys, here's what I want you to do. If you're watching this, at a minimum, follow Super Nice Club on social media. Todd does a great job with a really cool podcast. We'll close out with Super Nice Work. So we'll remind you guys how to get that. We'll put a link down below, but follow on social. And then trust me, guys, I know, I don't know. I mean, I think there's hundreds of loan officers that are wearing Super Nice Club shirts, hats. I know they're buying them for realtors. It sounds like with inventory where it is right now, it might be hard to get the influencer pack, but there will be big things happening.
There will be a lot. There'll be a lot happening. I would say, I'm not even joking. I would say 10% of the Super Nice Club customers, which is different than the people that follow us on social media, are loan officers. Loan officers have just picked up a lot of Super Nice Club gear to give away to realtor partners and homeowners. So, and that thrills me to think that that's the transaction. Like, you just got into this house. Here's this hat. What a super nice thing. And I just think it's great. I love it.
Well, you got Jeremy Forcier, one of the goats of the mortgage industry.
He's all right.
All in,
He's all right. I got Jeremy, Dave Savage, a number of others. I've got a number like Edwin. Didn't. Yeah. There's some good friends.
Tovey,
good friends. Brian is huge. He's a Super Nice Club all-star.
People at Churchill that have bought this thing. So
yeah.
So guys, we're riffing, also tell us what you're doing. It's super nice. Let's get our vibe up. Let's do the best we can. And let's make the mortgage world, the real estate world, and everyone in housing 10% nicer. Todd, any closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, that's about it. I appreciate the time, and anybody what Dave said, I'm always looking for suggestions on what could make your world or your community, because we like to get community based. Once we get enough members in a community, we like to have real world events in a community and then go do something nice, right? So if you're in a community and you're like, man, this would be great if I had 10 or 15 people that could help me do X, holler at me. Let me see if I can help you get 10, 20, 50 people to help you do X. That would make things super nicer in your community. Instagram, Facebook, probably the easiest ways. We can also email me, Todd with Wendy at superniceclub.com. We've got so many ways to connect. You guys can figure it out.
Private message him, guys. I mean, he's social media dude. Instagram him, Facebook him, follow him. What's your podcast called again?
Nice Work.
It's
Nice Work. Yeah. This week's guest is big time comedy comic Erica Rhodes. Next week we have Tegan Quinn from Tegan and Sarah, which is a big band. We've got a great book out. We've had the Killers on, we've had a lot of folks, but the commonality is always that these are people who have made a leap of faith, right? To master their work, to do good work. Because, a lot of us, at some point we floundered. At some point we had to go, gosh, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm just going to go for it. And I think when you hear stories from people in all walks of life that have done that successfully, it can inspire you to, go for it. Yeah, follow your passion. Yeah.
I've also been on there, which was an honor. And I think Jeremy Forcier might have been your first or one of your, he was number one. So guys, you're in the mortgage business. Find out why Jeremy is super nice. Check out that OG podcast. And Todd, dude, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just getting better. Like, I'm not saying that the Jeremy interview was not the best. It was awesome. But dude, I've been following this Super Nice Club, and you just get better all the time. And I hope you hit that goal, making the world 10% nicer, because it would make all our lives a lot better if everybody was 10% nicer. So thank you, brother.
I agree. Hey, thanks, Dave. Thanks to Loan Officers of the World. Unite.
All right. Take care, everybody. This call is a wrap.